Yes, my people, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another sort of reaction. There's a couple of things that, I want to talk about. But before we do that, make sure you do subscribe to the channel and obviously like the video on your way in or your way out. Now, MARESCA, this video is going to be titled My Issues with MARESCA So Far. And listen, this is not going to be a panicking video or one of those sort of like negative video towards MARESCA, because first things first here, let me give him praise, because I've been giving him praise since the beginning of the season. Because if you were to tell any Chelsea fan right now, or even any arrival, any football fan, that Chelsea were going to be second around this time, around this Christmas festive season, no one was going to believe you. People were going to call you crazy. But he came on and he did that. Right now, Chelsea sitting on second position, 7 points behind Liverpool. Of course, they do still have a game in hand. But the point I'm trying to make is, right, we have to give MARESCA his credit, right? He did something no one else could have seen coming, right? So we're not gonna, just because I'm making this video addressing some of the issues or some of the things I'm not happy about, it doesn't mean that I'm shitting on MARESCA, because already I've given him praise. And if you look into my previous videos, I've been giving him praise each and every week, because the team is playing good, we're getting results, the football is nice to watch, and the culture at the club seems to have been changing so much, and it's just good vibes. But we shouldn't run away from the fact that in the past two games we've played against Everton and against Fulham yesterday, there were things that the fan base we were not happy about, and we are going to address it. And this is the point of making. This is the point or the reason why I'm making this video, because there were so many things that has been going on, even in the games that we were winning before, that we still have to talk about. So my first point, I want to talk about Robert Sanchez, right? Don't get me wrong. The past three games, he saved us in the sense, like, his shot stopping was really good. You know, he's been immense in terms of like his shot stopping and saving us from obviously conceding goals, or as many goals as we could have conceded in the past couple of games. But that guy, yeah, he's not going to fool me to think that he's going to be the reason why we will challenge for the title, even winning the title. I've watched, good goalkeepers. Let me just talk about one goalkeeper, which is Peter Cech. Not only Peter Cech. Let me talk about Courtois. Let me talk about Mendy. I've watched really, really good goalkeepers, and when I look at Sanchez, right, I don't see that. So my point is, why is MARESCA keep playing Sanchez? Why? Yesterday, he wasn't as bad as we normally know him to be, but his distribution yesterday is part of the reason why we actually lost the game. Yes, of course, it's a combination of him and the defenders and just the whole team in general, in game management. Like, there were a lot of things just was going on wrong yesterday, but I think part of it has to go on the goalkeeper. Like, his distribution yesterday, if you look into the second half, we were not getting many positions in that second half. Why? Because Fulham were taking over the game. Fulham were the better team in that whole second half. Why? Because we kept giving possession away, starting from the back. You know how Chelsea like to build from the back. Even then, sometimes we do cry for him to go long, to go high. But when he was doing that yesterday, he was just literally disposing the ball, making us lose possession so easily. And Fulham, that's how they were able to capitalize. Even when you look at the second goal, all he had to do was to give the ball to Tosin, who was next to him. But no, he chose to go long. When he did that, then we lost possession and we got hit on the counter attack because there was only Tosin at the back. And then they scored a goal and we conceded. So for me, I don't know why. Like, he has made it clear he's not gonna play Benchy or Sterling is gone. There are players that he doesn't rate, and it makes sense why he doesn't rate those players. But I don't understand why he keeps playing Robert Sanchez. Like, I don't get it. We have a really good goalkeeper in Jorgensen, even though, let's say, for example, he was not even a good goalkeeper. Let's give him a chance to prove himself. Whenever we see him playing the Conference League, of course, it's a different kind of a ball game, but he's been all right. He's a ball-playing goalkeeper. Short-stopping, from what I understand, is not as bad as people might want to make it seem to be. So give him the fucking chance. Anyway, let's move to the second point. Substitutions. When you see Chelsea is one of the teams with the strongest bench in the Premier League. We have so many good players sitting on that bench, and yet you keep playing Cole Palmer 90 minutes every single game. The only player that you choose to substitute is Jackson, and fairly so, he should be substituted because, yes, of course, Jackson yesterday, it wasn't his game. He kept missing chance after chance. Of course, he has areas of his game where he's much, much better, like the pressing, linking up play, dropping deep, all of those. But when it comes to finishing chances, he weren't doing that yesterday, and fairly so, you took him off. But why did Cole Palmer playing 90 minutes? Why didn't you put FELIX in? Why do we have to wait until the 76 minutes to put a fucking substitute? Even then, you only put one substitute. Our defense looked tired yesterday. You've got some of the players like Achimpong, Disase, play them. Our midfield yesterday, Enzo was getting tired, Palmer was getting tired, and yet you've got FELIX sitting on the bench. Why didn't you play him? So for me, these are some of the issues where I'm like, okay, give us substitute. Play FELIX every time we play a deep block or a team that plays a deep block or a team that likes to sit deep, the likes of Everton, Fulham. You need to use guys like FELIX. Now, I'm not even saying FELIX is all that. But I'm saying if he's in our bench, we might as well use him. What are we going to lose anyway? Now, don't get me wrong, I love Cole Palmer, but some games he doesn't need to finish the whole fucking 90 minutes. Rest him for other games and try something new with like FELIX or Christopher Ngongo, play him as a 10. Play two strikers if you have to, but play someone that has got the capability and the technical ability to break the lines, play in short spaces like FELIX. Right. And that gets me to my last point, Malo Gusto's role. Why is Malo Gusto being played in 3 or 4 roles in one game? Don't get me wrong, I'm all about this inverting, overlapping. I'm okay with that. Back 3, back 5, in position, back 4. I'm okay with that. But you need to understand that Malo Gusto, is not the type of a guy that you ask him to go and play as a second number 10. Because each and every time he goes over the half line, he's shit. Even when he does overlap, he doesn't even know how to cross the fucking ball into the box. Or maybe 1 or 2 times he has done that. But he is not the kind of a guy where you ask him to play 2-3 roles. The other time, you played him as a double pivot alongside Caicedo, and then you moved Enzo further forward. The other time, he was playing as a second 10 alongside Cole Palmer. Why does he have to do that when you have FELIX sitting on the bench? Why does Malo Gusto have to go further forward when you have players like Christopher Ngongo who can actually go further forward and actually do something? Because that's the roles that they play. They are 9s, they are 7s, they are 10. Play them there. I'm tired of seeing Malo Gusto each and every time in there doing fuck all. Like even the other day, you had Vega sitting on the bench, a proper left back, but you decided you wanted to play Disasi at the right back and then move Malo Gusto to the left back. Seriously, there was no point of moving players like that. You didn't need to move players like that. Malo Gusto is a right back, and he's good when it comes to defending, but when you ask him to go further forward, up higher the pitch, he can do none. So those are just my 3 points I've been thinking about. Robert Sanchez, substitution, and Malo Gusto's role. Like, yeah, if you want to do that, then I don't know what you need to do, but you can't keep doing that. No. You can't keep doing that. But yeah, people, this is just my, my concern that I just wanted to point out that's what I think, at least in my own opinion. Maybe if you guys have something different, you can let me know in the comment section, but that's what I think. And I think if we keep doing the same thing, we're going to keep dropping points, drawing, and losing games. This is the Premier League. You don't take your chances. You do so many mistakes, you're going to pay for it. And we did in the past 2 games. We could have been so much closer to Liverpool. Now, don't get me wrong. Like I said, I appreciate where we are right now, and I'm not even thinking about winning the league. But there are some games here where you just need to capitalize on. They're going to come a period where we're going to play the likes of Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Aston Villa. those games are tricky for us. Nottingham Forest, they're gonna come a time we're gonna play those games. So if we don't beat teams like Everton and Fulham, now again, that's not disrespect to Everton or Fulham. They're a really good team, and I thought I've mentioned it in my preview. But you need to capitalize on games like this if you want to stay close to top four or stay close to a team that is challenging for the title, in this case, which is Liverpool. Yeah, people. Anyway, this is what I had to say, and I'm out.